Hey guys, Jelly here. This is immediately following Reddit Viper's, one of Reddit Viper's closest wars, certainly the closest war I've been a part of with Reddit Viper. We won just barely by a single star, which was obtained in the final few seconds of that war. You can see this was a tight war throughout. The biggest reason that this was such a tight war is the mismatch in Town Hall levels. They had quite a few more Town Hall 9s than we did, but more importantly, we have two Town Hall 10s. They had 7. Numbers 1 through 7 are all Town Hall 10s here. You can see that we didn't even get a star on 1 or 3 in spite of some very good attacking efforts. These were serious Town Hall 10s. You can see that this is basically a max Town Hall 10 with the exception of the walls, even level 13 cannons, which are new since the last update. Of course, max heroes. Quite a bit of time and effort went into this base, clearly. Same thing for the number 2. You get the idea going on down. These are tough bases to try and get any stars at all on. So the first attack that I want to highlight in this series of Town Hall 9 highlights is actually an attack by Arg, sorry, on their number 4. This is a 2-star attack on a very, very high level Town Hall 10. This is not a rushed base. These are good walls. These are level 3 Infernos. These are maxed X-bows. These are almost level 20 heroes. So this is a good base. It's not rushed by any stretch of the imagination. And what Arg does here is really great. It's a simple exploit. He recognizes that over here on this side, the right side of the base, there is an obvious path straight to the town hall, and that he can use peripheral structures and a rather unconventional troop composition, at least from my experience, to quickly get through a lot of buildings and get his Archer Queen close enough that she can take out the Town Hall while taking minimal damage from those multi-targeted Infernos. So without further ado, we'll start up with the replay. Arg just ignores the CC. He brings in a few golems here as shields for his wizards. He lays down a bunch of wizards and brought a bunch of wizards. I think he brought close to 18 or 19 wizards, but you could check the number at the beginning of the replay. And what he does is to use the golems and the wizards really just to eat through these less consequential structures on the far right side of the base. See, there's the 3rd golem. They're all heading in. The CC comes out. He drops a lightning on them. Standard stuff. And then he sends in a wave of wall breakers and then a wave of Valkyries. So 8 Valkyries coming in, high-level Valkyries. This final wall is down. The Valkyries really just have a short path, a couple of air defenses. The clan castle, a few X-bows, and a whole bunch of max Teslas are all that stand between him and the first part of his 2-star victory against this high Town Hall 10. The Valkyries come in. He makes a rage path for everybody, and it's tough to see them in there, but they're still in there hacking away at these high hit point structures. And the Valkyries do a beautiful, there you could just see them briefly for a second there. They do a beautiful job, and Matt does a good job of checking up on his heroes, making sure that he gets the boost in at the right time, uses their ability to keep them alive. The golems and the remaining Valkyries still going down here, just finally died, managed to get his Archer Queen focused on that Town Hall 10. There's nothing but relatively distant structures, and he still has her ability. He's able to take down the Town Hall, and that gets him the 1st star. Now you look down, and he's still got 4 archers here, which is really nice planning on his part. He's hoping, he's counting on maybe having a few vulnerable structures left to exploit, and he does in fact. You can see the camps at the top and the bottom and the lab at the far left. And so you're going to see a couple of archers. There's one go down. He places them really carefully. He takes his time. He's got over a minute left at this point, if I remember correctly from the actual attack. There's the 2nd archer a little bit hidden by that torch there. She's there, and he's at 47%, and there's the archer down by the lab. She's over there taking this out. So I'll just accelerate this at this point. But he manages with those 3 archers, and those are really the only 3 vulnerable defenses left on that base, to take out enough buildings to get the 50%. He might could have gotten to 52 or 53, maybe with another archer placed on that one remaining gold storage up here. But this is a really nice victory, and it was a big moral boost for us since we were all a little bit discouraged, I think, at the beginning of this war. So great attack, nice work by Arg there. And the second attack that I want to highlight is down here on number 24 by a player that I think had a 6-star war for us. Tucker managed to use goho exploits to reduce 2 different bases to rubble, so I want to give him props for that. I'll show you this base. This is a very standard goho. I'm not saying that he's done something that is completely wild and innovative, but his execution is nearly flawless, and so we'll head right in. He realizes that in any of these 4 main compartment bases, you see kind of one compartment here, one compartment here, one compartment here, one compartment here, that the goho is a perfect exploit because the spell that you're likely to use for the golem portion of your raid is going to be 1 of 4, and the remaining 3 can be used essentially on those 3 compartments. So he lures the clan castle with the appropriate number of hogs. He doesn't take too few. He leaves himself 23 to go. The clan castle gets strung along over here to the far right side. He uses a standard kill here. He's just sort of taking care of business. I'll fast forward through that a little bit. And he brings the golem in on that first compartment. Now, he's really ready to go with heal spells here. He brings his his Barb King in just a second, and he hangs on to his Archer Queen actually till much later. He uses her for cleanup because he doesn't even need her to take out the rest of this compartment. Remember, the objective of the goho is really to kill the Archer Queen because she's going to eat up your hogs if you don't. The Barb King is the perfect antidote to the Archer Queen because as soon as she shoots him, he's going to target her, he's going to run over to her and attempt to do damage to her. His hogs come in from the bottom compartment. He's got a heal waiting for him. He's going to put heals sort of concentrically around the base, and his hogs are going to work around with a nice path here. And that's really just about the end of the story. But this was the kind of victory that we just absolutely had to have this battle. We had to have 3-star wins on some of their low Town Hall 9s and even a few of their high Town Hall 9s, in addition to those 2-stars on the Town Hall 10s. So really just highlighting this attack to give props to Tucker for a 6-star war. And some nice attacking, really some flawless attacking. You see he brings some whiz for cleanup, and he actually only dropped his Archer Queen there at the very end to be sure that things do in fact get cleaned up. So this is a great attack. You also see he's attacking above his level. He sees that his troops are more than sufficient to take out this base, and so he goes to work on it. Nice work, good job. I'll accelerate the cleanup even more here. And yeah, thanks for all the stars that you brought to Reddit Vipers this war, Tucker. Our next, the final attack for this war that I want to highlight was, I think, the prettiest attack of the war. This is Glum again. Nobody in Viper will be surprised to hear that I'm highlighting an attack by Glum. You can see here that Glum has 3-starred really a max Town Hall 9 base. There's not a defense that's not maxed. His walls are overpowered. He's probably got a couple months into these walls at least, unless he's gemming. And Glum manages to do a hog loon golem exploit in this base, which bears a little bit of discussion before we start here. The first thing that he does, which is really nice, is he recognizes that if he forces his hogs to path across the upper and lower main compartments of this base, and by upper and lower I mean sort of this semicircle ring of structures that's here at the top, and the same sort of structure of defenses here at the bottom, that he's likely to lose so many hogs by attrition from traps and bombs. There's several spots where double giant bombs could be placed here, that his attack will fail. And so he uses almost the minimal number of balloons to take out the upper ring of defenses that I just highlighted that I'm clicking through here. He targets these defenses with very specific loon drops. He takes 2 balloons for higher hit point defenses, or in the cases where he knows his loons need to path to defenses behind the original defenses. He takes 1 balloon, for example, just for that wizard tower. So he's minimizing the troop resources that he has to expend to take out the maximum number of defenses. He does that very efficiently. The second thing that he does after luring the CC over here is to bring in his kill squad, which is Golem and his heroes, but his jump spell placement is right here almost on this elixir storage, and that lets his kill squad path from the archer tower, the wizard tower, and the air defense here immediately to the archer queen. And that's the second key to any hog-based exploit or any balloon-based exploit. You have to take out the Archer Queen, because if you don't, especially if she's a level 20 like this, she will chew through the troops that you need to have to destroy the base. There are some other finer points to his attack that I'll try to touch as we go through, but I'm going to start the replay because otherwise the video will just be too long. You can see the loons coming in here. He's using 4 balloons for the top archer tower because he knows that he wants to kill the mortar and the cannon that are behind it. You can see the single loons for the defenses that are farther back. Single loon left on that wizard tower there. The CC is lured by this extra. The timing is important. If he doesn't drop those balloons so that they arrive at those defenses at about the same time, then the CC is probably going to take out some of those balloons before they do their work. So really nice job there. And then a really standard CC kill now for Glum. Everybody's seen it a few times. He likes to bring a wizard, several wizards, a witch, and a Valkyrie. Now here he does something that I wanted to mention. He sends in his Golem. You can see his Golem and his heroes into this lower compartment, his kill squad that's targeting the Archer Queen with the jump spell I mentioned earlier. But he does this in such a way that it's clear he doesn't feel compelled to move the kill squad in from the same location around the base as his CC kill came from. So he's done something really intelligent in that he recognizes that his CC kill squad, this witch and these wizards up here, don't really have to come in from that same spot. He has a clear objective in mind for the kill squad, and he deploys them so that he accomplishes that objective. Now that jump spell is going to go down with perfect timing here. Right there, as soon as his Barb King and Archer Queen are getting ready to path in the direction of both the Archer Queen and the Expo and the Teslas. And I paused it just because I'm getting behind here. You can see he's already dropped his hogs. He's using two main groups from the top right and top left. Those hogs are coming in so that they target the Expos and mortars first, and it gives him an easier hog path through a more predictable and easier hog path through the defense than if he tried to target something down here where he could have been distracted by Teslas or maybe run through the possible double giant bombs before he finished cleaning up buildings here. His heels are waiting on the hogs as usual. The hogs are really just going to clear this base out, and again, as with all really, really good attacks, this just looks easy. He's got one heal spell left. He's going to use it to make sure that his hogs get through the remaining defenses. Again, it's important to note that he doesn't save that heal spell. He doesn't try to heal down in this clump of defenses at the bottom here or over on the far left. It's better to heal your hogs sooner rather than later. Keep their hit points high so that they go into cleanup with higher hit points. So they've taken less damage through attrition and a bunch of point defenses before you really want them to be cleaning up the base. So we're done here. This base is toast. Glum with another 3-star victory. And the final attack in a war that had a lot of really good attacks. I wish I had more time to highlight them all. So thanks for your time and hope you enjoy it. Bye.